Hey everyone, welcome back to another Alliance War video. This is War 4 and we're going up against PALO. And I accidentally deleted the audio the first time around, so I'm re-recording all of this. Anyways, starting off we have Path 5 in Section 1. I'll be taking that America Chavez, Nick Fury, and Wong. And I'll be taking a Hulkling on Node 22. In Section 2 I'll also be taking Path 5, just the Mole Man. Someone else will be doubling that path, and then I'll take the Nova at the end. Then on Boss Island, I'll have that Gore, Penny, and Cord Boss. Should be a really fun war for me. I think that's 8 or 9 fights. Alright, starting off, we have an America Chavez on Node 2. I'll be taking this fight with Valkyrie. I was originally assigned Kitty Pryde for this fight, but I wasn't going to get guidance from Wags. And I've seen that fight go south in a few cases with Kitty, and I figured Valkyrie would do really well. For starters, Valkyrie has like a very underrated form of power control in that she deals most of her damage and gets a lot of her utility while giving the opponent very little power because it's just blocked hits. And controlling the power and not letting America Chavez throw too many specials is a good thing in this fight. Now, unfortunately, she did spam quite a few heavies and I was late to punish all of them. So my ability power rate is being reduced pretty much through the whole fight, and I'm never going to get to a special 2, which is fine. Valkyrie has more than enough damage to just hit into the block and ignore the protection. And yeah, I was kind of okay with her getting that power gain, especially since I knew she was never going to get any power gain from MD, because I'm never going to hit her unless it's accidentally. The two biggest things to make sure I don't do in this fight is 1, don't push her to special 2 when that purple dimension is the last one that she gained, because then the special 2 will be unblockable and I suck at dexing it. And secondly, I don't want to get cornered, because getting cornered against America Chavez sucks. I am able to do one of those two things. Go ahead and put your bets in now as to which one I am not able to do. So yeah, she's spamming these heavies and unfortunately does get that damage reflect one. And here she spams another heavy and gets the orange one, and now she's going to be gaining a lot of power from the special 3s, and I'm getting backed up a lot. Eventually I realize, okay, I'm going to have to hit her and just take the damage reflect, and it's not that bad. So I feel very confident to just ignore any damage reflection she gets. And yeah, here she gets enough power to go to special 2, but she did not activate the purple one last, and I'm able to block it. Thank God she didn't spam another heavy. I probably would have even been okay with punishing after the second hit and giving her more damage reflect than letting that special 2 be unblockable. Alright, well, a little over 2-minute fight, and she goes down with 60% protection up the entire fight. So, slow by some standards, but if you think about the 60% protection, that's very fast. Alright, next up we have a Nick Fury on Node 11, taking this fight with Kitty Pryde. Two biggest things to keep in mind about this fight are I can't punish his heavy, and that I need to make sure I knock him down right before he enters his second life so the protection is not up when he's degenning, because that's just going to prolong the fight even longer. Yeah, this is a pretty, I wouldn't say easy fight with Kitty, but one that I've taken so many times, and something that makes it a little bit easier is the 2 flourish charges that I gave him early on. It's going to make it a lot easier for me to push him to special 2, which is the one I would much prefer to bait. He's going to throw a few special ones, but I'm just going to phase them, eat the hits into the face, and use the disorient to heal up. One thing I kind of forgot about in this fight is when I do knock him down, once he gets that protection back up, he is going to purify all debuffs on me, so I need to make sure I'm not expecting a parry to land toward the end of the Fury. I think it might be this one. I do eat, I eat 1 heavy without thinking about the protection purifying, but that's okay. It didn't deal a lot of damage, and those bleeds are just going to end up healing me a little bit, so yeah, it's not too bad. So right now I'm seeing he's a little low, so I'm just going to push him. I think I just push him close to his second life with basic combos, and then I'm going to knock him down with a heavy when the timing is right. Here it felt like a good time. He's at 2%. I dash in and I'm able to immediately trigger his second life, and yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage. This is a high sig Nick Fury, potentially sig 200, so he's not taking a lot of degen damage. And I get him to about 50% before he stops ticking. Oddly enough, I think he was ticking for the same amount when the protection came back up. So maybe because I had the Fury active when the degen started, it somehow wasn't. I don't actually know what happened there. Cool, whatever it was. It looked like he was still degenning a lot. Anyways, for the rest of this fight, I'm just going to play it safe. Basic combos, no need to try and knock him down. You can phase heavy in the corner to get another knockdown, but that's super risky. He can dex it. Things can go wrong. It's very difficult to line up. I'd rather take like an extra 30 seconds in the fight than die from trying to do something that is not necessary. All right, well, that Fury goes down. Next up, we have this Wong on node 19. Something interesting about Wong that I forgot, that Lizer, my planner, forgot, is that when you beat Wong, at the end of the fight, he's going to place a crossfight that gives the next fight you enter with that champion a little bit of power gain. That'll come into play later, but anyways, this Wong, not too scary, especially if I can just push him to special 2 like I did there, phase the whole thing, don't have to worry about him getting any of his like special forms or whatever from throwing special 1. And yeah, that special 2 just nukes him down. A very fast and safe fight with Kitty Pryde. Okay, so next up, I gotta wait for a Wags pre-fight to be applied to this Hulkling. We had an extra one, and I figured, why not? I'll take the extra damage just in case I need it. Was not necessary, but whatever, it was available. Taking this fight with Tigra, and yeah, she just nukes this fight. Gonna parry and hit him a couple times just to get that neutralize up. And here, I'm trying to bait another heavy. He throws a medium. Neutralize falls off. I don't feel like baiting another heavy, so I drop the special 2 with only 3 ruptures, and it still deals so much damage. Here, I try and kill him with special 1, but because the first hit wasn't unblockable, it doesn't kill. But I just bait this special 1, counter with a heavy, and down he goes. That was a 22-second fight with Tigra. It's like a BG's match. It's crazy. All right. Next up, we have a Mole Man on node 29. This is Path 5, Section 2. Taking this fight with Valkyrie. I could have taken this with Kitty Pryde as well, but the biggest issue in this fight is if Mole Man purifies something, or if you hit into his block and he goes unstoppable, and Valkyrie really doesn't have to worry about either of those things. I don't need to stun him for openings because I can hit his block, and once I have that first pierce up, which I got very early on, I don't have to worry about his unstoppable either. A cool thing about this fight is, you've maybe noticed, Mole Man is just gifting me free intercepts. Just like there, I think that's the 4th intercept I've landed in this fight, and a lot of people forget that Valkyrie doesn't need to only hit into the block, right? Most of her utility is in that, but the only utility I needed in this fight was that first pierce buff. Past that, I only need damage. So if he's gonna let me hit him in the face, I'll hit him in the face. It'll give me more power than blocked hits do, get me to my special 2 faster. Yeah. Valkyrie is more than just a block hitter in fights where you just need the damage. There you go, another intercept that he just gave me. They're so free. And here, I just drop a full combo into special 1 because I knew it was going to kill, and that's lights out Mole Man. A little over a minute fight. Not bad. All right, once that Maul was taken on node 37, I'm taking this Nova on node 39. I had the option of taking this fight with Tigra or Valkyrie, and because Tigra's damage was going to be gimped from the unblockable special 2 and the ruptures being removed with Mighty Charge, and the fact that I didn't want to be taking a lot of blocked hits against Nova if, I was having trouble getting neutralized up, I decided Valkyrie was just going to be the better option. But yeah, this Nova did not want to hold block. He wanted to stand there open and let himself get intercepted so many times so that he can get that auto block. This was the most annoying fight that I've taken this season. Just look at that. He's just standing there. is not going to hold block. There I do get parried, but luckily he doesn't punish me too much. And yeah, it's just going to be more of the same in this fight. Him being very aggressive, never holding block. I even tried the little light attack whiff method, and I don't know if my timing was off, but yeah, look, he just intercepts me anyways. Maybe that method isn't as safe as I thought. He's spamming heavies like he's Mysterio. It's just not a fun fight. I'm a minute into the fight, and I've only dealt 10% of his health, so I'm getting cornered right here. There he goes. And lets himself get intercepted so he can auto block again. I'm in the corner. I got hit with a special one. I am not liking this fight. I am very much regretting bringing Valkyrie into this fight right now. Luckily, I find an opportunity to just throw my special 2 into his block. Even with the protection up, it deals a decent amount of damage, and I'm a little further away from my corner now, but still not in a great position. Here, I'm going to hit him in the face, just get me out of the corner. Gosh, another special one that I take right to the face. Yeah, this Nova was very, very annoying. I don't know if it would have been easier with Tiger. Probably would have, and if I ever take this fight again and I have the option of Valkyrie or Tiger, I'll probably take it with Tiger because that was a little scary. All right, with that nightmare of a fight over, I move up to Boss Island and I take this Gore on node 50. Taken this fight many times before, and yeah, it's just a nuke with Tigra. I parry to get the neutralize up early so that I can safely bait heavies without him gaining any flourish. Bait his heavy, counter with my own. Bait his heavy, counter with my own, and drop a massive special 3. And with Mystic Power Back Boost, I do have a special 1. I probably could have dropped it and killed, but after it didn't kill the Hulkling in that last fight, I just said, whatever, we'll bait a special 1 and just drop another special 2 for overkill. This will definitely kill. Yeah, and that's lights out Gore. Alright, after this fight, I still had the advanced power boost from the Gore fight that I was going to use for this Penny. Valkyrie's very good for this fight. The one thing that does suck is that Penny passively power locks you whenever you're hitting into her block and her shield is up. She has shield charges, so I'm not getting any power for the first little bit of this fight. But once that's down, I'm going to start gaining power from blocked hits, and the advanced power boost gets me already halfway to a special 2, so yeah, this is a very safe fight with Valkyrie. I could be hitting her in the face if I wanted to, but that's not going to give me any power. It's going to give her more power, so I'd rather just keep the habit and flow of only hitting into her block so there's never any moment where she does have her shield charges and I'm trying to hit her into the face. So I'm just building that muscle memory right now. Yeah, I'm just backing off, waiting until she's holding block. This Penny was felt very obligated to hold her block, which is great. Unlike that Nova from earlier, which really spooked me. Yeah, right here I'm going to try and line up like a special 2 where I can probably get 5 pierces in the combo after it. Yeah, I probably could have dropped my special 2 then, but whatever, let's just be safe and take away all her shield charges so that she's not doing 0 damage on any of her special 2 hits. Full 5-hit combo into special 2, and yeah, that's a pretty big burst of damage. And right here, this combo, if I'd done a combo into it, probably would have killed, but no reason to risk that when I can just back up and wait for her to hold block again and hit her once. Alright, last fight of this war is a Cord boss, and remember that Wong fight I took earlier? Yeah, well, I didn't. I didn't remember that Wong fight, and I had a nice little strategy that I was going to use in this fight, but as soon as it started and I see this power gain, I freak out and I forget what I'm doing. I hit with a medium, which kind of throws me off a little bit more, and I just eat a combo right to the face. That could have killed me just from being careless. Right here, I have to land that light intercept to get the fight back on track, and luckily I do. I still have 3 prowess after that special 1, and right now I am just butt clenched, doing everything I can to not die to this fight after only dealing 15%. Luckily, I'm unblockable now, and the fight is under control at this point. I do know that if at any point I mess up and I eat, ahead of a special one, or I get clipped again, I probably die. So there's no more room for error anymore, and I just have to really rely on my instincts and kitty god mode to heal up from that poison. Yeah, medium light. I was still a little shaken after that, so I wasn't throwing my standard medium light backdrafts. I don't know why. I think I was thinking, get away from my corner, 3 and 4 hit combos, get him a little bit further away. But then I remembered that, I should probably be healing from this poison. Yeah, I'm going to be phasing the last hit of the special one whenever I can, unless it is going to put me underneath 10 prowess, because I want to remain unblockable in this fight. So a few times I'm just going to dex the whole thing, and a few times I'm going to phase the last hit for a little bit of damage. There I probably could have phased the last hit, but it's fine. I'm very comfortable doing both. Very rarely do I get hit with it, and yeah. The biggest thing in the fight right now is, 1, don't get hit, but 2, maintain the flow. I want to make sure I'm staying unblockable so that it doesn't matter what Korg does. If he wants to play into my backdraft, cool. If he wants to throw a special, cool. If he wants to hold block, cool. I'm unblockable. It doesn't matter what he does. I'm just going to keep hitting him. And anytime he would intercept me, that's great. I'm going to deal another 7, almost 8,000 damage in phased hit burst. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what kind of damage it is, but yeah, I'll take that whenever he wants to do that. Give me a little bit extra damage. And yeah, just 2 more hits, and that'll be it out of that very scary Korg fight. Man, I almost died. Anyways, this war is right now tied 7-7. We are ahead on time technically if you look at the averages, and they have a lot of boss island fights left, so hopefully they just die and we can win this war, but it's looking like we will win on time, barring some insane clears on boss island. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.